The tornado shooting straight at Francis Robertson's neighborhood.
We're in a shelter. It's right over us right now.
Robertson and 5 others, including his girlfriend and girlfriend's daughter, jumped into an underground storm shelter.
Sounds like a plane flying by. Here it comes.
Then the recording goes dark. That is a nerve-wracking feeling to crawl in there. And that's not a lot of room in there. And everything's shaking around you.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
No. It's never. Hopefully this is it for me.
Just all hunker down.
Francis's girlfriend, Jennifer Nasser, installed this underground shelter last December. At the worst point, she thought the shelter was going to collapse around her.
It was just horrendous. The noise was so loud. Stuff was clanking. I mean, everything was hitting it. We had mud coming down on us. We were covered in mud when we came out.
3 massive tornadoes in 14 years have struck around Moore, Oklahoma, and for Dan Hunt, that's enough. Monday's tornado grazed past his neighborhood, and we found him today buying a solid concrete safe room.
And all of our friends said, oh, don't worry about it. It never strikes in the same place twice. My answer was, bullshit, because it just happened again.
You can't take it anymore.
I'm not going to try that again. I'm not going to do what we went through again, no.
Many storm victims we've talked with say storm shelters and safe rooms need to be even more common across Oklahoma, outfitted in schools, homes, and office buildings, and the demand is growing.
I poured the footers, the floors, the walls, and the ceiling in one continuous pour.
Andrew Sigorski runs Oz Safe Rooms. He says since Monday's tornado, he's sold 30 of these $8,000 above-ground safe rooms. And so things are swirling around. It's getting walloped by cars, debris, flying wood.
There's no way for the room to come apart because it's seamless.
The door felt like it was going to come off, so we were just holding on to the door and praying that it didn't come off.
Jennifer Nasser and her boyfriend Francis Robertson held on for dear life. The tornado left the house above them a splintered disaster, and they're not sure they would have survived had it not been for this hole in the ground.
And Ed, I'm just curious, you know, you're looking at those shelters there, but I know we're talking about that family having an underground shelter, but there's different kinds, right?
Yeah, you know, there's so much interest in people going out and looking at these shelters now that people need to be aware that there's not just one different kind. As you saw there, they're above ground, there's below ground, and with that there comes a difference in price. For example, that family that had that underground one, there at the top of the piece, that underground one was just under $3,000. The above ground one, solid concrete, $8,000. So I think it's important for people to do their homework, research them, figure out, you know, there's pros and cons to all of this. They need to figure out what works best for them and what makes them feel the most secure.
All right, Ed Lavandera, thank you. And still to come, a horrifying terror attack with a meat cleaver on the street. We're going to play the suspect's alleged video confession, which he had time to make right here on the London street before police got there. And a shocking twist today in the Boston Marathon bombing investigation. A man who was being questioned, shot and killed by the FBI.